All right, guys. Welcome to the Always Accountable podcast. My name is Alec Murillo,
I'm Cody.
and we got together 3 years later. We originally started the Muscle Secrets show in 2023, and now we're back doing the Always Accountable podcast, discussing um, what are we discussing?
Well, we're discussing goals, staying accountable, how to stay
Mhm.
accountable, and also bringing some of our experience uh, in our life and just sharing different stories.
Exactly. Stories, experiences, accountability, week by week, and what we have going on. All right. So today's episode 3, and we're going to be discussing this book for this month of March called Influence by Robert Cialdini.
If you haven't got it yet, highly, highly recommend it. It is a perfect influence book that goes over the fundamentals, um, and has changed my perspective on just moving about life.
Absolutely. And it opened up my eyes tremendously to the invisible strings that are being pulled on us, on yourself, and others to just make a decision and your behavior. And it's really like a success book to me. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I think it has um, like for example, some
Mhm.
big news. I'm now transitioning into more. I'm following my passion, basically, as corny as that sounds. But I put the accounting. I put the accounting on the back burner. I'm still learning about money. I think that's just. I think all of us have to learn about money at one point. So my main objective now is to get my certification from motorcycle mechanics, and I'm shooting for Harley Davidson Tech. Now,
Boom.
uh,
Mhm.
the reason why I bring that up is because one of the topics in the book is about social proof. Authority is another one that is very similar to it. But I was thinking back to why I chose Harley Davidson. And as a kid, I've always tinkered on stuff. Me and my dad built little motors on these bikes,
Mhm.
and it just always stuck with me, man. But it wasn't just motorcycles in general. I love all motorcycles, but Harley Davidson in particularly resembles something that correlated with me. It resembles freedom, America, um, that strong heartbeat sound from the engine. All of those factors just really resonate with me. Another factor is like the rebellion side of Harley Davidson, where it's somewhat stereotypical. You take a look at somebody who has a Harley Davidson, you think, well, there may be a member of some club or whatever, which is, it's not the case all the time. But there is that stigma, and that brings us right into social proof. Like that's how I found Harley Davidson to be the big impact for me personally. So what have you seen in your personal life where social proof has been used to dictate some of your own decisions?
Hmm. So, yeah, perfect example. So for my decision making, which is like fitness, right? Perfect example is when I see like athletes, you know, being able to do like these tremendous feats that are like always like impossible almost, right? Like when I see like a hybrid athlete, for example, he's able to like deadlift, squat, bench press. He has a lot of, or he or she has a lot of strength, but they're able to also run far, you know, and they're also able to have like an amazing heart, a heart machine, right? They're able to just run very far. And then they're also, I see them meal prepping, right? When I see
Mm.
like all the trinkets of an athlete, I'm called to that. I have no clue where that comes from, but I think it stems from just the influence to really test yourself and see what you're made of, right? Kind of like, yeah, it's to make sure, like to see what you're made of and see if it's possible. And I always want to defy the odds, you know? And I know that being physically fit is difficult, so I want to do that. Yeah.
And that kind of plays into a bit of authority at the same
Mhm.
time. Since if you're fit and you're doing all of those high strength activities, people are going to come to you and see you as that guy, just the way that you see the people that you idolize as that guy. And you can also help a lot of people reach that
Yeah.
level.
And I feel like a lot of people need, as far as like behavior and decision making, a lot of people need to be stronger and to be healthier every day. I mean, every day somebody needs that, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's different ways. There's different ways to do it too.
Hmm.
Like we were just talking before starting the podcast that we have different ways of going about fitness. My way of going about fitness is just mainly all I'm caring about is my protein intake and making sure that I'm in a caloric deficit. I don't I don't give a two shits about fats or carbs all too much unless I'm like super dialed in
Yeah.
on my body fat percentage, but I got to be like 12% before I do that. And for you, it's a little bit different. What is that like? What's the difference?
Well, the difference for what? Like for,
Well, I pay attention to purely
mm,
proteins and calories.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So that's what you mean.
Yeah.
So, so the general thing, yeah, protein is definitely the standard. Like what you're doing is correct. You're focusing on the main thing, right? And then when it gets to being an athlete now, like for like first responders or people in a high pressure environment or people that are always running and walking, right? Those type of people, they need different types of nutrition strategies, which involve electrolytes and carbohydrate timing. So,
So I guess it's like the it depends on your goal.
yeah.
What are you really after? Because I'm more towards bodybuilders,
Yeah, aesthetic.
aesthetically looking and strong. That's why I follow those two. Um, my blood work is fine, so like I don't really need to worry about that. But for your style of fitness, you really pay attention to natural meats and natural foods
Much as possible.
most of the time.
Yeah, much as possible. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I had a burger yesterday.
yeah. I had
From a,
pizza yesterday.
yeah. Yeah. But it's still possible because we still were able to hit our macros.
Yeah.
Um, my way of training, like I said, is bodybuilding. So I have a 6 day split that I do.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. Uh, but it's completely geared towards increasing my bench max, increasing my mass size, and overall changing my body composition, and not at this moment, not really thinking about how much I weigh. So 2 months ago, I started to work out again after the back situation that I had.
We talked about that.
I was about 220 pounds at like 157, no, 148 pounds of lean muscle mass. The rest
Oh,
was fat. Um,
okay.
Last time I checked my body composition, I went up 9 pounds of lean muscle mass. That was last month. And currently, right now, I still have to check my lean muscle mass. I don't know what that is right now. It's probably insane. But as I stand as far as how I weigh, I'm 230 pounds, yet I look like I'm 200 pounds
Yeah, because you're lean.
because I'm getting lean.
Yeah, you're building
Yeah.
muscle. Yeah.
That's one of the things about body composition. When you're losing weight and you're building muscle at the same time,
Yeah.
the weight scale may not even change. And for me, it actually went up in weight. But if you look at yourself in the mirror, you'll start to see the changes. And I think that is much more important when you're on a fitness journey
Yeah.
is to pay attention to what the mirror tells you. Because sometimes the weight
Yeah.
weight scale might just be
Yeah.
disappointing. You know, you're like, I'm trying to hit this
Yeah.
weight, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're gaining weight.
Yeah. I look at the mirror and I look at how your clothes feel and just like taking
Mhm.
note of that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So back to like social proof, man. And you mentioned, you said the appeal to authority, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, so about your change, right? You said you changed your direction, like, and you're calling to start, you want to start this business, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, what actually draw to you toward wanting to do that? Yeah.
Well, as a kid, like I said, I've always tinkered on stuff. I've always been mechanically inclined.
Hmm.
Um, I worked on a lot of car projects with my father, just being that kid holding the little flashlight while he's
Okay.
working on the cars.
Yeah.
Um, as I got around like 10 years old, we started thinking of like projects that I could do, which was like putting motors in bicycles. At one point, we are going to create a go-kart, which we never got to. Um, and there's been like a period since we've been working on it, and I've just never touched anything mechanically. But I've always stuck with it. In the back of my head, I've always had that thought. I'm like, man, bikes are what I want to do. Like that's if I could do
But
that for
10 years old, you noticed like that's what you started messing with like bikes and like taking things apart and like holding the flashlight, right?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's interesting because like I have this theory of everybody who does something at 10 years old, they're gonna do that kind of like for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like what you're doing at 10 as a almost merging teen.
I think I think there's some truth to that, man, because it's ingrained into you. Kind of like if you're familiar with Robert Greene.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually, as a little kid, enjoyed writing, but it wasn't until later that he really discovered deeper into that writing, what type of writer that he wanted to be.
That's
And
interesting.
and he brings that up in a lot of his stories. If anyone is familiar with Robert Greene, a lot of his stories
Yeah.
are philosophical, but stories from the great people of the past, and a lot of them, like what you're saying, did start from at an early age. There's always that interest, that
Yeah.
that little thing, that chip on your shoulder,
Yeah.
sticks with you. And for me, it stuck for me for a while. So um, as far as like social proof and authority, I'm I'm going to MMI in June, which is Mechanical or Motorcycle Mechanical Institute, where they teach you about motorcycles and how to work on motorcycles. Um,
Yeah.
but it's also the only school that certifies you in Harley Davidson.
Mm,
Uh, they do certifications for other motorcycles too, like BMW, Kawasaki, Yamaha. They also have a marine. They also have a um, NASCAR trade that you can do there too. Uh, but for me, you can how it works is that you choose one and then you choose a metric. For me, I want to do Harley Davidson. I love Harley Davidsons. I have a picture of me next to a motorcycle, but I've always wanted a Harley Davidson. And a metric would be Honda. So I'm going to be taking those two.
metric.
So metric is like anything you can think of them. A metric is like anything outside the US.
Is that
Like
like something that you have to like you're certified to do? Is that what you mean by metric?
no, metric is just the type of tools that you would have to use on them.
Oh,
Like Harley Davidson uses standard tools, but anything like German made, say a BMW,
oh,
would
that's what
use
you mean, metric.
metric.
So metric versus American units, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And you're going for metric because
Well, I'm going for both.
outside of the US, right?
So Harley Davidson and one metric, which is Honda. The only combo that they don't allow you to do, just because I assume that it's probably the length of class that you have to take, is BMW and Harley Davidson. So
Yeah.
if you do BMW, you got to be BMW, Honda, Yamaha, or
Mm,
Kawasaki. You Harley Davidson, you got to do either one of those, but you can't do BMW.
okay.
Yeah. So I don't have to do MMI, but I think since my goal is to have a shop, I do want to gain as much knowledge as I possibly can.
Expose
Uh,
yourself, right, to the
yeah,
arena of the bike industry and
exactly. Yeah.
being
See,
part of that community.
yeah, man, I think it's just a really good idea.
Pretty much.
And then breaking into Harley Davidson, they help you with employment. But that's just the start of the journey, man. Like after I graduate from that college, from that school,
Hmm.
I know just enough to start learning, basically, with motorcycles.
Damn, dude. Perfect.
Yeah, man. And the social proof behind it, certified authority. Hey, this guy, you know, he's not just some knucklehead. I'm not saying that you have to get certified, but
Yeah.
it uh, certainly helps you. Like it's not a bad thing to do it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm very passionate for it. I think going into motorcycle mechanics, it's not something that you go into just for a job. Like it's a genuine passion that you have to have about motorcycles, about
Yeah.
riding, about the
Yeah. Yeah.
culture, and and that's why I'm doing it, man. I'm straight passionate about it.
Yeah. I can see how the culture, it's that community. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then later on, you're gonna find as a, in correlation to this influence book, all the entire community of the bike community. Well, my brother is in the bike community. He goes to all these meets and he just rides all the time. So I see that, and it's a huge community too. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. We got a whole bunch of people from all sides of America riding cruisers, sports bikes, naked bikes, street bikes, you name it, ATVs. Here in Tucson, there's
Arizona. Yeah.
yeah,
Great.
Tucson, Arizona. There's a few groups that ride around here. One of them, notably, is called the 520 Rejects. It's a bunch of guys on mostly sports bikes. I'm sure there's some cruisers in there too, but sports bikes and ATVs that come in a group and they just ride around. Right now they're in Phoenix.
So what do they do? Like they usually just okay, so they ride around and then what do they do after that? Like when you're a part of a group.
Yeah, I mean it's more of a camaraderie thing.
There.
Everyone has a shared interest of riding motorcycles, and sometimes you just want to get on the motorcycle and go. Like
Yeah.
there's no destination really. It's
There's no
just
destination.
no, it's just riding, man. It's
You're
it's
out
a it's a fun activity to do, especially when people
there.
relate and understand. Because I think there's like a barrier to entry from someone who has a certain outlook on motorcycles. Let's say, oh, they're dangerous, you should avoid them, and they're not worth it, and um, so yeah, there is a barrier between that guy and someone who's understands motorcycles and rides motorcycles. Um,
Yeah.
it's just a give or take, man. Of course, it's going to be dangerous. Of course, it's going to be
That's the whole
like
point.
that.
That's the whole
But
point. Yeah.
it's, the whole point, I mean, it's not the whole point isn't to be dangerous necessarily, but it's to
Yeah.
have fun and to enjoy freedom. When you're on a motorcycle, I correlate it to thinking of riding a horse. It's the same thing. It's just a mechanical horse.
Mechanical horse.
Mhm.
Dang. Might be forming the brand already as we speak. Yeah.
I still got a ways away,
It speaks
but
for itself eventually, right? When you're when you become an expert authority on it, right? And
mm,
then all of a sudden, it's like creating this podcast name, right? Eventually, it just creates itself with the action
yeah,
that you do, right? Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. I want to say, future me. I hope future me looks back at this video and
Damn.
sees exactly where,
We're gonna pull clips from this. Yeah.
exactly where it started.
The idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's March 6th. Oh shit. March 6th, 2026. Tomorrow's my birthday, actually. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. What the heck? On
Yeah.
your birthday, right? Crazy
Yeah,
idea.
basically, man. I don't feel old. I'll tell you that. I don't
I
feel
don't feel
old
old
at
either.
all.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah,
people
man.
a lot of people say like I don't look old, so I'm like,
You
send.
don't.
I don't look old
You
as shit. I don't look, yeah.
you look like mid 20s.
Yeah.
That's from all the lifting though. Lifting's really good
So
for you
that's
and
all the
aging
muscle,
you.
you know what I'm saying? When you build the muscle, it's longevity, man. Muscle is the organ of longevity. And that's what I'm trying
Absolutely.
to promote, man. I'm telling you. That's the I'm seeing it, dude, in the past 2 months, I've been seeing a lot of death in my family, and it's just like crazy. And
Mm.
it's really pushing me to become this authority in the fitness health industry and
Yeah.
be part of that because, hey, man, everyone's gonna get old one day, and you can either like age gracefully or you can just like that disease that was creeping up on you.
Wither away.
Yeah, because of the little decisions we didn't do. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
all about, yeah.
So
Yeah.
now that since you brought that up, I'm
Mhm.
curious, how has that changed you having to see the death, right?
Mhm.
How has that changed you and your family and how you move about life? Because when my grandfather died just recently,
Yeah, sorry.
I've I've seen a change. So I'm curious if you've seen a change.
Yeah, man. So when my grandpa passed away last in December, things just really changed for the family. People started making, you know, weird decisions, and um, and I'm starting to be more grateful of just every moment, and because like what the moment's gone, man. Like the moment's gone tomorrow. Like literally tomorrow is gone. It's gotten pretty dark,
Hmm.
like the past 2 months, and and there's a lot of times where I'm just like silent to myself, and I'm just thinking every decision matters now, you know, um, health
Hmm.
wise, movement wise, what I'm doing, and yeah, I'm just more consciously aware now that it's like what is your life, man? Like what do you want out of life? Like there's
Yeah.
nothing else. Like all you have is literally your behaviors, your decisions every single day. And as I was reading this book, I was realizing that now it's every decision you make, you're influencing the person you want to become, you know?
Yeah.
So death really taught me that if you have a goal, every decision that you make from here onward is going to influence that. Yeah.
It sounds like there was like an added responsibility that had came from this. It
Hmm.
wasn't just it wasn't just it wasn't finite. It wasn't like, okay, now I got to step up to the plate. It naturally just happened.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Just you just have to make that's the decision. Like we got to do it. Like you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. When my grandfather died a few weeks ago, uh, we were fairly close. He taught me and my brothers how to fish.
Mm,
It would always be a thing to go hang out with grandpa, you know. So his passing affected our family, um, very tremendously, especially since moving to Tucson,
mhm. From where again? Where did you move?
San Diego.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
yeah, San Diego at that
Okay.
time. That was 6 years ago, about
Mhm.
7 years ago now. And originally, why my mom's side of the family had moved over here was because he had cancer.
Mm,
He just learned about it, and so she wanted to start helping him as much as he can, take him to doctor's appointments and all of that. And so when he finally passed away, you know, I it was a awakening for me because I saw my mom being distraught.
uh,
She was you know doing the best she can, but she basically lived here for that purpose to help him.
to
You know,
care, right?
right, right. So now I'm there in placement of um, being that wise son who's
Yeah,
able to guide her and let her know, hey, you have a new life ahead of you now. From
yeah,
from what you were doing before, it hurts because you had this vision of
yeah.
everything you thought that your life was, and then it's not that anymore. And
That's
so
helpful. Yeah,
psychologically, just being patient with yourself, understanding that you are now living a brand new life with a new person because all the other things that you were doing
yeah,
has changed. You know, um, I think family members deal with pain differently. Some are, some shut down. For me personally, something changed where I'm more clear, like
wow, clarity.
clarity, realize that is, life can be taken away so fast. And so how I do things is like looking back on, would I regret not doing this? Would I regret doing this? You know, it, no, there's this quote
Yeah,
that I follow. It says, nothing is inherently good or bad, only thinking makes it so.
yeah, I heard that somewhere. What was that?
Um, I heard it from a
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, that's a psychologist right there, I think. Yeah.
And so that's one thing that I tend to think about now, you know,
Right.
especially with as far as like social proof and authority. I think it's just taking accountability of yourself.
Accountability. Yeah. Always
Takes
accountable, man. Right?
Say what?
Always accountable to your mindset. Really.
Yeah, yeah, that's a big one. So now, I mean, I'm the youngest guy in my family.
Are
Well,
you? Yeah.
yeah, um, immediate family, but I'm also in the role of the pillar of my family, and so naturally, it's a natural gravitation to want to take accountability
Yeah.
and what I'm doing.
So like yeah, I was reading I feel like I'm that too. I think that's why we kind of bond a little bit with the sense of belonging, which is part of the book too, right? The
Yeah,
unity. I feel like I feel like I'm always when somebody has an issue in the family, I feel like I just gotta let my guard down right away. I gotta understand their point of view, but then also that can kind of like backfire too. If I look at somebody's point of view too much. I
Mm,
almost feel like I'm starting to agree with them, but then I know that it's actually wrong,
yeah.
you know? And how I know that is other people's feedback on my understanding of it. So a lot of people, if they're telling me they're wrong, I'm like, okay, I gotta like really pause a little bit.
Mm,
What makes that wrong? You know? Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I agree. I agree. Um, I think a lot of it just is like thinking for yourself
Hmm.
with everything going on in social media. Um, you tend
Yeah,
to you tend to see all these opinions thrown at you
dude, social media,
at the same fucking time.
everything
And
is like AI now. It feels like
I think it's poison.
it's all poison, dude. It's
Too
just
much.
like messing up your perspective on the world.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um, but I think social media also comes with, as we segue into unity, it
yeah.
comes with that big unity feeling. People
Mhm.
on social media want to be a part of something, whether it's like this meme that everybody's talking about. Um, but you also got to moderate it, man. At least for me, I got to moderate it because if I get
Yeah.
on social media for too long, then all of a sudden I'm doom scrolling, I'm wasting time, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And then,
Fun collective.
yeah, and then I feel like I'm fucking dumb. Like after
I
going on
I
social
feel
media,
dumb looking at social media. I'm like, what is going on right now? And then you lose track of your inventory of your actions. This happens to everybody, and it's affecting everybody. So yeah,
yeah, but it's not fucking good.
yeah, man. So remember, be careful of what you're subscribing to. If you subscribe to, right, as part of social proof, you could
Mm,
be subscribing to the wrong thing, right? And you won't even know, you would not even know it because it's invisible, right?
true. Um,
You gotta
I guess
take,
what would be a good example of that?
um, well, related to me, um, let's say, well, yeah, a really good example is I'm subscribing to the idea that I'm very busy, so I don't have time to work out and to get healthy. And I've lived, and I've seen this a lot. A lot of people just like 5 years, 10 years, and then now it's 15 years. Now it's their life. They
Yeah,
subscribe to the idea that I'm so busy, I don't have time to work out. Right. And just the mere act of saying, and it's not even workouts, it's actually food. Like
mm,
I may be a fitness guy, but it's actually all food. Like the baseline is food. I'm subscribing to the idea that I don't have the time or capacity to learn or to change my behaviors about nutrition or something like that.
so you subscribe to that?
I subscribe to health, like being very health conscious about a lot of things, about everything, yeah. And
Mm,
you got to know what you're subscribing to. Yeah.
yeah, I think to know that you also have to be aware of your situation. It's like this backdoor method of looking through your own mind,
Hmm.
asking yourself why you do certain things, why you're on social media. I'll catch myself on social media for like 20 minutes and realize, wait a second, hold on, I've been on this for 20 minutes. You know, that thought is a level of awareness. And it's important to exercise that type of mindset because you get more control into the things that you're doing in your life and what you actually want to do will get done. But you have to take on the steering wheel, the accountability.
Accountability. Yeah.
Mhm. I think that we're all susceptible to, well, it's actually a fact. We're all susceptible to influence.
Hmm.
I think sometimes when people think of influence, they think of some sleazy sales guy. And I can tell you just from experience, the the sleazy sales guy that you think of is not good at his job
Yeah,
because
it makes you feel that way. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
The good sales guy is going to make you think that it was your entire idea.
Yeah,
And
he's actually going to bring you clarity and
exactly,
transparency. Yeah.
because that's his job. His job is not there to sell you something. His job is to,
Pressure you or anything.
yeah, not do that and figure out what it is that you want and how he can provide that for you. That's it. That's the whole sales thing.
Hmm.
But the stigma exists, and unfortunately, that's just not a good sales guy.
Yeah, I really like that, bro. Yeah. You really gotta just like sit into the understanding of what that person is doing. As Hormozy says, tell the tell the truth,
Mhm.
state the facts. I always try to like lead with that principle all the time. Here's what's happening. This is actually what's happening. Something like that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. How I did it when I was doing sales was listening to listening to what they were saying to me and
Hmm.
how they were saying it, along with body language,
Hmm.
but also getting like confirmation, just because I want to know I'm getting this right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would reply back with what they said just to figure out, okay, they actually mean this. Because one of the reasons why most salespeople fail that I've found,
What's
because
that?
I've even done it,
Yeah.
is assuming.
Oh
You
man.
assume. And I mean, even try it with your normal day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Assume something with your wife. See how that goes.
Don't be doing that.
Yeah,
Don't
don't ever,
do. Oh, man. Yeah.
yeah,
Clarification.
yeah, clarification the
Actually
entire way.
builds trust too when you're just to be sure, right?
Yeah, let me just rephrase what you said to me just to make sure that we're on the right.
I understand.
I'm understanding you correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple phrase like that, man. Outside of a sales environment, it also helps your communication, you
Yeah.
know?
Sales is communication, man.
It is. It is. All of it is actually. Even over the internet. Sales and marketing is just different types of communication. When I was doing sales, I was doing emails, calls, and face to face.
Mhm.
Each of those have a certain way of communicating. I can't talk to you the same way as I would if I had to email you something.
Mhm.
It just wouldn't come clear. Like I could, but then you'd probably ask like, what are you trying to ask from me? What are you trying to say? Same thing with emails as far as, um in person. It's just
Yeah.
different, you know. There's less nonverbal communication happening in the other forms. Say, for example, you call somebody, you can hear whether or not they have a smile on their face.
Oh, it's human nature, right?
Yeah, like
Oh, you
you can
hear the
sense
voice,
it.
hear the
Yeah,
hear the smile, and that's why people talk with their hands or yeah.
exactly. Um, but as far as like this book, we're all susceptible to it for sure. There's this one example. I'm not sure if it's in this book. I think it is, but has something to do with social proof. And ah, it was this YouTube video that I watched. So they did an experiment on social proof to see what other people would do. So they had two actors. Um, First, they started one actor coming into the elevator, looking the opposite direction of the door, and then it would go to the
So,
next floor.
yeah.
Some random person would come in. They would press their button, but they're looking at the door. The third person comes in, the second actor. comes in and starts looking at the wall. So now these two people are looking at the wall, the doors behind them, and the person who's has the experiment being done is looking around trying to figure out why these people are looking behind and
Yeah.
ends up turning around.
You copy the behaviors of your environment.
Yeah, because you don't want to be singled out. It's
Yeah.
a natural inclination. Like,
That's crazy, dude. Yeah.
yeah.
That's behavior. That's influence. Was
Hmm.
it, you didn't even have to try.
No, no.
Everyone's doing it. Let me go. Oh, that long line over there, oh, that food line must be good. Everything. Yeah.
Dude, I tell you what, that is not the case. There's this sushi place called Angie's Shack.
They
They
already know
sell
it's good.
nah, bro.
It's not
I did
good.
not I did not like it. We first just opened, right?
Uh-huh.
Long line. We waited an hour and a half. So I have like, high expectations.
See, you
Yeah,
got reeled in, bro. That's the social proof string.
I got their lobster roll. My wife got like a I think a crab roll, and I had like energy drink that I bought from them. The energy drink was good, probably because I was tired, but I enjoyed it. The actual lobster, it was like maybe 4 out of 10.
Wait, did you get the signature thing that they actually sell, like that has the highest review?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Do you
yeah.
like sushi in general?
Huh?
Do you like sushi in general or like fish food?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, when it's good.
When it's good. That's interesting.
The best part
Oh,
about that meal was the bread.
oh man, that's sad.
Yeah. So, I mean, that just shows you that
Yeah.
social proof. I mean, I looked at the
Yep.
long line and I figured, hey, it must be good. People are talking
Good.
about it, and ended up being mid.
Yeah. So to tie it up, man, with influence, all these topics, right? Scarcity, authority.
Hmm. Ooh, scarcity. What do you mean? We didn't even talk about
Oh, my
scarcity.
bad, not scarcity. That one's the next one. I want to talk about consistency and scarcity next, but
Okay.
because I think that would be good. But basically, if you're not aware of behavior, these subtle behavior changes, right? It's happening to yourself and to others. So if we're aware of it, then we're able to, what's it called? Um, if we're aware of it, then we're able to not be deceived. You know, like you put your thinking cap on. Just because there's a long line, let me actually like. But you went out there and did the scientific method. You went out and tried it. And now that confirmed to you, like, just because people are subscribing to it doesn't mean it's true. You know, because it can make you subscribe to something that is not true, right? For yourself, at least.
Yeah, and it can be harmful to what you actually want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could be aware of these topics, like this book, for example, really does a great job at an overview of what each of these um, human nature influence levers do.
Bruce.
You'll start to see what's behind the curtain. You know,
Yeah.
it'll also help you in your communication. So that's why I really like it. I understood, and I honestly, in sales, I used a lot of these tactics.
Mhm.
I just started using these levers. I'm like, oh shit, that makes sense. I'm gonna start using that. Reciprocation, for example, is a really good one. You give something, and this is this
Always.
is this is why I don't accept things anymore, is because I've read this.
Yeah. I
When
know
you
you subscribe to it. Yeah. You're gonna have to give some back.
exactly, and it's not something that you necessarily think about unless you're aware to it. Because once you give something to someone, or let's say someone gives something to you, now you have this inclination, man, I want to be an asshole. I want to give something back. Like it's this natural feeling that you get.
Yeah,
That's called reciprocation.
it's
And
crazy.
yeah, I don't accept anything. Like, well, actually, that's a lie.
Wrong people, right? Just from the wrong people. Or the
No,
people you don't know, maybe.
no, this is actually what I do. In the beginning, once I was aware to it, I used to not accept anything. Then I changed my frame and thought, if someone were to give me something, I'm going to expect they're giving it to me out of their kindness of their own heart without any intent of receiving anything back. And I'm going to live that way. And so when someone gives me something, I expect, cool, thank you. I'm very grateful for you giving me this. But just because I feel obligated to give something to you, I'm not going to do that. The only way I'll give something back or give something to somebody is because I naturally want to, but I'm
Hmm.
not going to fall into the trap of reciprocation.
Hmm.
So I changed my framework on that. And
Hmm. Hmm.
that in of itself is like against the norm because
Hmm.
of all the pleasantries and being nice and all this stuff. And it's like not everyone's nice. And you got to understand that. And you got to stand ground at the guard of your mind of what you believe.
Yeah. And that's why, like, with friends, right? The person who doesn't, which will lead on to the next podcast, but the person who doesn't have a lot of friends makes them more valuable. Just naturally, because what did they say in the book? Um, something
Like,
increases value. What was it? Absence increases value, or being unavailable. This works for everything. Everybody wants what they cannot get their hands on or get a hold of.
yeah,
That's a big one for sales and for influence in general. Yeah.
I think in a friend situation,
Mm.
it's a bit different because I'd imagine both parties would want to give to the other person just cause. I think that's a really good friendship.
Yeah.
Um, but when it's just a stranger or someone that you kind of don't know, you know, be wary, be precautious. Don't be overly cautious, but take P's and Q's,
Yeah. You just got to read the body language or the intent when you interact with somebody for a while. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. So, I mean, they have a lot of good stuff in this book, man.
Yeah. The levers of influence, man. I'm glad
Yeah,
we're spending a whole month on this.
more to come. More to come. What if you wanted to talk about scarcity and consistency on the next podcast?
Yeah. Consistency and how that builds trust because you're stable,
Yes.
you're reliable.
Yes. I think a good example of that as we segue to the end of the podcast, inconsistency, like we
Trust.
like you're a fitness guy because you're consistent with hitting your macros and you're going to the gym. Someone who isn't doing those things cannot call themselves a fitness guy.
I like how you say that because when when you build evidence that something is true, then that makes it true.
W-
So
Wouldn't that be a part of social proof too?
in what way?
You're
Oh yeah,
proving you're proving
yeah, yeah, you're right.
to the majority that
Yeah,
you're legit. And by doing that, it comes from the evidence. But the evidence comes from the consistency that you've been doing.
exactly, dude. Yeah. Same as you with the bike,
Yep.
right? You just switched gears, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I have no plan. Like I have no business plan with this. Like I've been doing for with the other ventures that I've
Yeah.
started. I think with those, I've thought about business plans and I thought about different ways. This one, like I'm just going.
Did you form an LLC with your other business plans?
I did my first business.
Okay. And then did you have to dissolve it after,
I kept it.
or you still have it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't have to pay any tax because there's no money coming in from it, so I'll
Yeah.
just keep it.
It's not a schedule, or sorry, it's not it's still LLC, but you can still put it on. But as long as it makes income, then you put it on your tax, right? Revenue.
Right. If
Yeah.
right if your income sources that do not equate to a dollar or more, then you don't have to report it to the tax or to the IRS. Yeah, and that's not making any money right now. So it's just it might as well just be a plaque somewhere.
Yeah. But for this one, with the bike, the business,
Yeah.
when you feel like you're gonna just like really open up the LLC.
Um, Honestly, it's going to be a while, man,
Yeah.
because
Proof of concept
well,
first.
certification,
Yeah.
and I have a set goal of earning Master Tech in Harley Davidson, and I think from there, at that point, I'll either decide to go franchise or go to start my own shop. But I would honestly like to work
Yeah.
as a Harley Davidson owner, dealership owner.
Yeah.
So I might do that. But like I said, there's no real plan to it. It's just I'm going. I'm just going and seeing what happens and working with what I
Exciting.
have.
Yeah, it's exciting because you don't know
Yeah.
what's gonna happen, but you know that your strings that are you're influenced by it, so something will
Hell,
happen.
hell
Yeah.
yeah, it's fun. When you can go into whatever it is that you do for your career and wake up
Mhm.
and want to do it and want to learn,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
that's where you want to be at for
Yeah,
passion. Because you're not going into it saying, "Hey, I have to learn this thing to elevate myself so that I can get to this goal." That's not how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as I want to learn this thing because I genuinely am interested in learning it. And by learning it anyways, as a prerequisite, I'm going to level up my skill anyways.
yeah,
So it's a different way of thinking. And
exactly.
yeah, that's how I landed on making the switch because everything was so calculated in my other ventures.
Yeah, dude.
Gotta
Yeah,
do this, gotta do this, gotta do this. And
it's
then now it's
scaling.
just like,
Yeah,
I want to do this. I want to do this. I want.
yeah, what you want. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Like that makes a lot of sense. I remember when I started the online fitness business, I was drawn to it. I feel like it was a calling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still think that that's part of your calling or
I'm really in a season right now, like since all the family stuff happening, I'm in a
mm,
season right now where I'm actually trying to discover my next calling. It's like
okay.
I'm in that season, and I know it's a season, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking like that because it's like it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna stay like this forever, right? Yeah,
You're gonna find it pretty soon, man. I got a feeling.
yeah,
You're so close. Because
yeah,
think about how long it takes a person to get up to this point, to this type of mindset
yeah,
where you're like, now, what is it? Now
yeah,
you're asking those questions. Because
yeah,
5 months ago, those questions weren't even in the mind. It was just
yeah,
let me do these tasks.
yeah. Let me do these tasks, and what helps is the podcast, the Always Accountable. Now we're discussing life stuff. So now it's like eventually you're gonna find what it is that is gonna call you to it without having
Yeah,
to be so calculated all the time, or right. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being calculated. I think it just is a certain mindset. If you can wake up every day and do something that you love, I know that's like what everyone says, right?
Yeah. But it is true, dude. Like why would you want to not live that life, right?
And figuring out what that is. What
Yeah.
is that thing?
Yeah.
that you wake up and you're excited about. I started looking at Steve Jobs and
Uh,
thinking through um, making this decision. And I just had to come to terms. I'm like, all right, here's a fact about myself. I can achieve anything that I set my mind to, no matter what. There is no such thing as obstacles. It's only opportunities.
and you have evidence of that, right?
Yeah, I lost 100 pounds, all that.
Exactly, dude.
Um, but I also know that I'm not interested in like computers. For example, right? Like a
Hmm.
laptop, desktop. Like I'm not geeked about getting into one of those.
Yeah.
I can learn it if I wanted to, but that's not something I'm interested in. But
So
I am very interested in motorcycles, extremely interested in motorcycles. And I dived into that train thought and I just started following that. Where did that come from? Why does it matter to me?
why does it
And
matter?
exactly. And where does that feeling lead to? And I discovered, just like Steve Jobs, you have to have a passion for it.
Mhm.
And it may be something that no one else gets, but if you get and you take off running with it, there's no way you can lose because that's your thing. And I may not be Steve Jobs, but I do know that he had a passion for what he did. And I
Yeah, you did.
understand and I understand that now. I understand what it means to feel passionate about something, truly passionate about something. And that is like that's like a gateway for me. It's crazy. It's super crazy. I found it just by thinking of all the things that I liked, which is an indicator. If you like certain things,
Yeah.
there's something embedded in those things that you like. It may not be that thing that you end up doing for the rest of your life, but
Hmm.
there could be multiple pieces of the puzzle in those things where you come after some thinking, you come figuring out, hey,
A great
this
thing.
this thing right here actually is what I want to do.
What I want to do.
Yeah, it's an epiphany.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope. Because you
Yeah.
look at all the, okay, let me take inventory of all the actions that I've done in my life. All these like little experiments, right? These
Yeah.
trials of it was cool because when I approached 30 2 years ago, when we started the podcast, I started taking account of like, okay, what was my life like? And then I just started making like content on it of like, all right, like this was my season here. This is my
Hmm.
season here,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I don't know why like we're always like geared toward every decade. Life's not even like that, right? But
Well,
there's stages, right? Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. There's stages and there's seasons to the journey. I
Yeah.
think I think honestly a lot of times we think about decade is because of the influence that we see on social media from
Hmm.
Alex Hermosi and his way of thinking and seeing his success and wanting to be somewhat like that to a certain degree,
Yeah.
which completely makes sense, by the way.
Hmm.
One thing I wrote down was like you wouldn't want to take advice from somebody that has a life that you wouldn't want to live. You
Hear that
know,
one. Yeah.
like if you're a married guy, you wouldn't want to take advice about marriage from someone who's divorced, right?
Or who
It's just
doesn't believe in marriage.
exactly it's just
Or
common sense.
yeah.
Um, but I think that way of thinking from Hormozy, thinking in decades, does work, but we have to figure out how to correlate it to our life in a way that makes sense for us. Because maybe for me personally, thinking in decades means, okay, what generally do I see myself in 10 years becoming through doing this thing? It's not necessarily I'm hitting markers, but if I go down this path in 10 years, it's highly likely that I'll become this type of person. And that's how I think through the framework.
Yeah.
Uh, it's just easier to hold mentally too, because it's not as pressure,
Hmm.
where you have a set marker and you're trying to hit it, you're trying to hit it, trying to hit it.
Goal setting, same thing. Yeah, you said.
Yeah, which is fine. But I, I can't see the future. So
Yeah,
when I think of decades, I think doing this thing is going to get me to this point eventually. It probably was going to be in 10 years. Like me going down this path of motorcycles, becoming a master technician. I know very likely it's going to happen in 10 years. Most likely it's going to happen shorter than that, but that's kind of where my head's at. And from there I could decide. As it gets closer, the path will reveal itself more and you'll know where to go from there. It's like you're taking a step, but all you see is the step right in front of you. You can have this idea of
yeah,
where it's going to lead,
yeah.
but as long as you're taking the first step, think of it as, yeah, if I do this way, it's highly probable this outcome. And that's kind of how I just live through it.
Interesting. Yeah,
Mm,
we don't know like what the path is. Yeah. When I was 10 years old, all I did was go hiking and camping. That's all I did.
mm.
I was like an exploration dude. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, it was. I went on a 2 week camping trip from it was like Nevada, Arizona, Southern California, all the way back. It was like a big circle for 2 weeks. Yeah.
What did you find from that?
Just like the self-discovery or like trying to find out um
Mm.
what's out there. I don't know. Exploration. I think that's what,
Exploration
yeah.
exploration is huge. I think hiking is a great way to do that, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I've told you about this story, but might have. I went rucking
So
in Hemet. The original plan was to ruck 2 hours into the mountains, 2 hours back, so 4 hours total, about 6, 7.5 miles. Um, I ended up rucking and going the wrong way once I started turning back, so I ended up at the bottom of the mountain, and my ruck had about 60 pounds, 65 pounds on it. I brought two water bottles and two Cliff Bars because I didn't expect to go longer than four
were you by
hours.
yourself?
Yeah, I was by myself.
And was this after your injury or before?
This was before any
Oh.
back stuff. Yeah. So I was like healthy as an ox.
And how many miles was it?
Um, I mean, you can keep going. I think total I did like closer to 12.
Oh, okay. Damn.
What had happened was since I went back the wrong way, I ended up at the bottom of the mountain and my car is on the complete other side.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I got there fairly early. It was probably like I got there at 6:30. So the gates open, but they close at noon.
Yeah.
So where the parking lot is where I parked my car. So I'm out the other side of the mountain and I'm trucking, man, dude. I am
Yeah.
sweating salt bullets. Like it's
Yeah.
no longer moisture. It's just
Yeah.
salt coming off of me,
That's
man.
crazy.
I had to climb a few fences, throwing my ruck over, climbing up, going underneath some fences. I tried to follow the GPS where it says the road, but the GPS was wrong because it just led me to like this dead end. That's why I had to jump the fence, go
Yeah.
through go through the bushes.
Yeah.
Part of the trails where you have the trail and then it's just a full of bushes on the side. So I was trucking through that because there was no trail anymore. I just had to go from A to B and I had to be there at a certain time before they closed the damn gates on my car and find me or something. So it took me 3 hours to get 2 hours in and then end up on the bottom of the mountain. So that's about 3 hours. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It took me 2 hours to get from the bottom of the mountain all the way to my car. Because the only way I was doing that was I'm gonna fucking die here, bro. It was 110 degrees. I had no
Oh,
water.
yeah, that's Arizona, right? You said Arizona?
This was in Hemet, Riverside.
Oh, Riverside down there? Dang, it's hot.
Yeah, yeah. No
Gosh.
water, no Cliff Bar.
When was this?
This ought to be 2020.
Damn. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so with hiking, bro, like yeah, all that shit, like I experienced all that stuff when I was a kid, and like to this day, I just realized that like I haven't been hiking like that ruck,
yeah,
you know. And even when I did like military training, we did stuff like that too, but it was like normal, like in the middle of the
yeah.
flashlights, and then oh man, yeah, hiking is like it's like a journey of like this is all you have, like you just have this amount of food, and one time you're gonna stop somewhere. It's like
Mm.
survival. Yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, man. Dude, it's great. You should probably revisit that.
I should. Yeah, forgot about that. Like I forgot about hiking. How I loved it a lot. I just been stuck in like work mode and business. But that's where like I think that's where my passion is too. It's like um just outdoors and like but that led me to fitness too. Like every time this is weird, right? So like whenever I go for a run, I notice that if it's a different place that I've never seen before, but it's scenic, I can like
Mm.
run forever. But if it's somewhere I've been before, I get bored. Maybe it's
Yeah.
ADHD or something. I get really bored. Like I'm like, I don't like going to the same place.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it's ADHD, man, because I get the same thing.
Oh, you do?
Like, yeah, well, there's nothing else to see, so you're just in your mind and you're
Yeah,
thinking through things. Yeah,
yeah.
when I was running a lot, um, before the back injury and all that, I was running about like 5, 10 miles, 15 miles, 20 miles, just for the hell of it. And I found that it was a lot harder when I ran around areas that I was familiar with. I
Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
much
We,
more willpower I had to use.
yeah, willpower is like, oh shit. But when
Yeah.
something's new and it's like fresh, you're like, well, what's around there? Like, yeah, like what's up there? But then when I know there's a place that I know it's predictable, that I've been there a
Mhm.
lot, I notice that when there, I like it because it's challenging. Like if I notice there's a certain trail that's very challenging, then I stick to that, and I'm like, all right, I want to do that, again,
Mm.
but I want to do it faster. Like I want to run up.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can run up and beat my time. Like I start timing myself, and that's where like fitness comes into. I think like I want to run up hills and shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you are an athlete, man. You definitely are an athlete.
Yeah.
What so ah, maybe it's something in like a sport or
I
something. Yeah. Because that's all sports guys do. Just
think
work out, run, and do some crazy outdoor shit.
yeah, pretty much. Like whenever I would hike with people, um, I would do this thing. Like I would get into this like groove of like, all right, so this guy's hiking. Let me like run past him or like up the hill, but let me come back down and then try to inspire him to come back up. Like
Yeah.
I would do that all the. I used to do that back in football, like as a like a ego thing, but also like let me inspire you to like greatness.
Yeah, man. It's a
I do.
definitely
Yeah.
the leadership trait that you got.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the other thing that I think about is like the military. A lot of
Mhm.
them, a lot of them are, well, actually, all of them pretty much are outside.
Yeah.
You know, Marines too. That's probably like the hardest. Well, yeah, MORSOC is the hardest.
Yeah. The elite Marines. Yeah.
Yeah, aside from like getting into like Delta Squad.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I like, from what I understand, it's like you have the Navy SEALs,
Yeah.
and then you have MORSOC. And I think, well, you think Rangers are the
Green
Rangers?
Berets or Rangers? There's difference, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I was saying, like, do you think that the Rangers are, um, is it harder to qualify for the Rangers than it is for the Navy SEALs?
I don't know, dude. I think the Navy's. I don't know. I don't even.
Yeah,
Never even
I,
tried. Yeah.
I wouldn't know either. But yeah, anyway, so let's say Rangers, Navy SEAL, MARSOC, and then you got Delta Squad selection.
Damn.
Like, I mean, there's challenges out there, man.
Yeah. Yeah, the challenge, right? See, I think I need to like sign up for like a challenge. I need to be part of like I need to be training. Like, yeah, dude, holy shit, this is a great convo. I'm thinking about like who the hell I'm trying to become now.
That's good, man. That's
Yeah,
good.
it's helping.
Yeah, you think you're gonna, well, you said challenge. Is that gonna be like a local challenge or are you gonna do,
A physical challenge. Yeah, I realize, bro, like I'm always meal prepping, dude. Like it's like, wait, why the fuck do I do this? I don't know. But I do not know why. Like I go to Costco and I have this like whole system. And
mm,
like I'm making sure like I have this system in place and
yeah.
just doing it. I don't know where like why, but I'm training for
Mm.
something. I don't know what I'm training for. Like I
Ah,
eat like an athlete, dude. Like I literally eat like very consistently. And I
yeah.
think I just need to be like an athlete or something, dude. I don't know. Yeah.
You check it out, man.
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
NFL,
Not NFL. No. Not pro athlete.
not pro athlete.
No, I don't know, maybe like I don't know.
Why, so how come not that? Like, is it just because like you don't want to be in the NFL thing or
No, not NFL. More like there has to be a sport out there that combines everything.
CrossFit?
Probably. Probably that or like but then I just know a lot of people get injured.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Everybody gets injured though. Yeah, that's the whole point. Right? Like bikes. The whole point.
Bikes. I mean, yeah. I think there's just safe ways to do it. I think
Yeah.
CrossFit, you can. You can get injured easily. I would say,
Usually, yeah.
but I've never done
And it's
like a
not if,
full
it's when, like we talked about,
CrossFit
right?
way.
Yeah. It's
Huh?
not if, it's when you're gonna get injured. When you're an athlete, you're just gonna get injured. But that's the whole point. Like bikes, right? Like it's most people in bikes, it's very dangerous, right? And we don't know how you're gonna get injured or if, or sorry, when, but it's
Mm.
coming. Maybe, maybe.
Well,
You know what
if you're exercising like an asshole, then
I'm
yeah,
saying?
you can expect some
Yeah.
injuries.
There's safe
Um,
ways.
but I think what we're saying is that like no matter how many precautions that you do when it comes to working out, there's
Hmm.
always going to be that probability where you might get injured. There's
Yeah.
been I mean it's just something that happens when you're benching. You can bench as safe as you can. You're using 135 and then your pec tears. Like
Yep.
that's how easily it can just happen. Or if you're doing a squat and your knees
Yeah.
pop and give out, you could be squatting the bar. It's just something that could happen. Uh, and if you're working out like an asshole, then that probably
Yeah. Like if
just
you're always an asshole, dude, you're just gonna get injured. There's a lot of ego and then there's no safety. So it
yeah.
brings us into like goal setting. Like everything has a risk. And to
Yeah.
control your risk is like in those little behaviors of like when you think it's not, I'm just gonna skip this safety decision right now.
Not cutting corners.
Yeah, once you cut the corner in a
Mm,
goal setting mindset, then you risk it all. And that's not safe.
yeah.
Yeah. For any goal.
I used to skip stretching before workouts.
Oh,
Man,
not good.
I never got injured because of that, but man, my muscles just were so stiff. Like
Warm
through
up, right?
through the workout, or I mean, I would warm up, but I just wouldn't stretch.
Active
And
stretch.
yeah,
This.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I would have to hold on to a bar to stretch
Yeah.
out my lats if I'm
Mhm.
doing some back exercises.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just makes it whole back stiff if I don't
Yeah. You
stretch.
gotta warm up. Active
But
stretch. Yeah.
by the way, I found out a long time ago actually that um you want to stretch just enough where your muscles feel relaxed,
Yeah.
but you don't want to overly stretch it. And the reason why
Hear
is
that.
because you actually weaken the muscle fibers when you're doing your workout. So if you're overly stretching each time after you're doing your set, you're actually making your muscles weaker, which is causing other muscles to work in to support that muscle.
Yeah.
That can lead to injury.
Yep. That's true. There's only so much of an output you have. Like when you're working out, you have like a 1 hour, or depending on your experience level. You have 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1 hour 30, or 2 hours, right? And there's some people are like plus 2 hours, like 5 hours, 6 hours
I,
or whatever.
I mean, it's fine to do that if
Yeah.
you're you know if you're taking the precautions. Like I
Yeah.
work out about 2.5 hours,
Yeah.
2.5 hours, but that's
Without
because
looking at your phone?
yeah, well, I go on my phone for like music and stuff like
Yeah.
that to put on the headphones.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I'm like my rests are about a minute to 2 minutes.
That's
I'm
good.
just waiting until I get my oxygen back.
Yeah.
But my workouts now are that I made. I've actually took them from here. This book I've read it a few times, but
Yeah.
it's the bodybuilding encyclopedia, and so I'm using the workouts from there. And it's basically it's two workouts in one. So I would do a chest workout, and then right after that chest workout, I'm doing my back workout.
Chest and
The,
back.
the next day, I'm doing shoulders, and then right after done with shoulders, I'm doing arms, so biceps and triceps. It just takes a long time because it's a lot of volume, but
Yeah. I did something like that before. Yeah.
I'm also doing like supersets
Yeah.
and heavy weight at the same time. So I'm
Yeah. You're
like,
gonna build some muscle, man.
oh yeah, it's insane,
Volume.
bro.
Yeah.
It's just,
I did something like that it was called the Arnold Blueprint to Mass. I
mm,
did that back in the day, man. It was just so much volume. It's like my brother and I were just like, fuck, dude, I'm tired. Like, get the hell out of here already. Yeah, you stay in there for like 2 hours at a time. Just
yeah, I love it, man. I love it because
love
like
it.
it's training more than just muscle. It's training my mentality. Which
Oh
if
yeah, I
you're
love
if you're training purely for muscle, then it might be good to separate the workouts so that you
it.
can come back more refreshed. Uh,
Yeah.
for for me, I love the mental aspect of it, of pushing myself harder. So I stay in the gym for that 2.5 hours, just doing exercise after exercise after exercise, and then I hit the treadmill for 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, perfect, dude. Perfect. Yeah. Get that cardio in, man. With the water. Yep. Electrolytes.
Yeah, and I'm living proof that like anybody can do it and still gain muscle. Like I'm in a 500 caloric deficit, man,
Damn,
and
that's
I'm
better.
and my numbers and my lifts have been going up.
Isn't that crazy? You're getting smaller, but your lifts are going up.
Yeah,
Not smaller, but you're getting lean as fuck, you know? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's a
I mean,
great place to be. Yeah.
I think I'll probably tap out like as far as like getting all my muscle back in
Mhm.
2 more months. So 60 in another 60 days, I should be at like the stage where I'm now building new muscle on top of the muscle that I've
Yeah.
already got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's interesting is the max capacity of your muscle. I'm at 145 lean mass.
nice.
Yeah. But I'm 180.
Yeah. See that the body fat percentage is different there. See, for
Yeah.
me, the last time I checked was 157,
Yeah. Yeah.
and now it's definitely much more. For sure, it's much more than that. It's been a whole month, but I have to check. But I also weigh 230 pounds right now.
That's crazy.
Mhm. So
Good weight.
my
I've never
huh?
been I've never been 230.
You never been
I've never been
230?
past 185 or even like 187 or like 190. That was like the most. But I was like pretty not in shape. I was not in shape at all. I was fat. Yeah.
You feel pretty wide.
Yeah.
Like very wide, man. The lowest I ever got to was 165.
Same. Yeah. I was like 160.
Yeah,
I was doing
that
the training in the military that I was like 160. I just lost. I was super lean though. Yeah.
I think 165 for me is just too low.
It's too low, dude. Yeah.
Way too low. Like
Oh,
you can see my collarbone right here, and you
yeah.
see like my shoulder collarbone. I don't like that.
Yeah. You gotta eat. Yeah.
Yeah, my sweet spot is 185. That's where I can
Like,
hold the most amount of muscle mass and
how tall are you?
low in body fat. 5'8".
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. My biggest component right now is for my muscle mass is my chest and my back. Those are my two biggest fucking things. So doing this workout, I'm seeing a tremendous growth in that. Like it's insane, bro. Like 2 months ago, my chest was kind of small.
Yeah.
2 months later, it's like now it's stretched out again.
Yeah, dude. Damn. See, I could talk about this shit all day. Fuck. It's good, man. It's just growth, dude. It's like,
Yeah,
man. And then when I see somebody grow, I don't know, man. That's a business, man. Like that's a seeing somebody grow mentally, physically. Yeah. I was remembering like back in high school, dude, like when I would do these things called gassers, on the football field.
yeah,
You know that, yeah. It's sprint, come back, sprint, come back. I remember our coach would just like drill the hell out of us, like for no fucking reason too.
yeah.
Like that summer, in the summertime, I was the guy in the football field practicing for the fall football season, right? And I just remember like we would compete with each other, like who would be the fastest. It was just so fun. I
Mm.
didn't wear sunscreen back in the day though. That's so bad. Now I do, but we're out in the summer in the
Yeah.
in the sun. Yeah, it's just like yeah, just thinking about memories, man. Yeah, fitness.
Man, I remember gassers. I never liked gassers.
Yeah, I didn't like it because you're like the lactate threshold. Like fuck, I
Mm.
want to do this, but then I would force myself, be like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna fucking run
Yep.
and like test myself. I don't care how my lungs are feeling. Like fuck the lungs. It's all in the brain. That's how I thought.
Dude, it's a huge mind shift, man.
Yeah, dude. It's like fuck
That
these lungs.
that reminds me of when I was taking the test for one of the police departments here. I was
Damn.
gonna I was gonna become a police officer last year.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So one of the tests was like a mile and a half run after like sit-ups and push-ups. Push-ups I did 80 total. I think the goal was like 50. You had to do 50 push-ups in one
You
go.
got that? Yeah.
Yeah. Sit-ups was like you had to do 45. I got 45.
But yeah.
And then a mile and a half run, which is basically like a straightaway, and then you
Yeah.
turn, go around this cone, come back, turn, go around this cone. That's
Yeah.
a mile and a half.
Yep.
And I remember jogging. Um, and how I did my workouts was I would do my runs and then do the sit-ups and push-ups. So doing it backwards, I was fucked. I was so tired and shit. And on the way back, this guy passed me, and it was two chicks behind me, and it was this guy, police dudes in this little golf cart, and it's like saying, "Hey man, you might not make it." I'm like, "Fucking watch me,
But
bro."
that
It just clicked something in my head, and I started. It felt like my oxygen level was like max peak,
yeah,
just doing
180
that
beats per minute, 190 maybe.
for like a minute straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I got there. I finished the mile and a half in 12 minutes and 22 seconds.
Mm, damn.
Yeah. Which honestly, if I'm being completely honest, is not my best time.
Okay.
Not my best time, man.
Well,
I was way faster than that, but
hmm,
it's what I got. Because usually I hit when I was running, I usually hit my miles in 7 minutes.
damn.
Yeah,
Before?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty fast. Yeah.
yeah. Tells you how much I've been slacking
Yeah,
on my
bro.
runs.
But remember, don't get injured, bro. Just like ease into that.
Trust me, man. I'm taking my sweet
Yeah, now you
time.
know, man. Now you know, right?
Anytime I feel my lower back just a little bit, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man.
it. That's it for that exercise.
That's
Move
what I love
on.
about fitness. Like, it's like when you reach that level of like getting injured, it just like changes your approach again. And you're like, all right, maybe
Yeah.
get injured now. Hold on a second. Slow it down. Same intensity, but just different intent. Yeah.
You're much more you're just much more careful.
Careful and just like
Yeah.
down a little bit. All right.
I remember being not injured and just being super healthy and doing
Yeah.
deadlifts like
Yeah.
nobody's business. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I could lift I'll probably like sophomore. I could lift 350, I could lift 380, I could
Let's
lift
talk about
415.
it. Yeah.
There's a there's a time where I deadlifted 415 as a sophomore
Damn.
and
Cool.
yeah, in high school.
I never did that in high school. No, I wasn't even in the 400 range, dude. No.
I was also like a heavier dude. I was like
Okay.
260,
You had muscle for sure.
260, bro.
Yeah.
Uh, not lean muscle mass though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was doing that, and man, I would push myself so hard where everything would get blurry. There was this one time where I did pass out doing deadlifts. Yeah, I was deadlifting, and I passed out. There's this bench right behind me. I landed right in between where the bench was and the squat rack was. So I missed my head. Boom, just fell. Oh, took me a few minutes, got back up, and then I hit it again. But
Gee,
this time I breathed.
damn.
Yeah. But
Yeah, good times.
nowadays, yeah, there's no chance. There's no shot. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, way feeling the pain in my back and from that injury. Yeah, no. No thanks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy. How bad that fucking felt. By the
Yeah.
way, I figured out what the symptom was actually called. It's called OES, OCS, some medical term like that. But that's what I had as far as like not being able to walk for 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a symptom that when a pinched nerve when a pinched nerve happens,
Mhm.
it disrupts bladder functions and
Oh, damn.
your ability to walk and use your lower half of your body.
From the spine,
From the spine, yeah.
from the L, whatever number that was.
L5 L5S1.
And that caused OCS.
Yeah, the term
Mhm.
medical term might be a little bit different, but yeah, yeah,
See, that's interesting, man. I like learning about anatomy and biology. When I
yeah.
went to school, dude, I was studying to be a bioengineer,
Okay.
bioengineering,
Yeah.
which is just a bunch of, it's basically, whenever you say engineer, you're studying everything that engineers study, but you're just adding the bio. That's basically what it means. Like if you're saying chemical, you do
Mhm.
everything engineers do, but then you just add the chemical, you know?
Yeah, my wife is a biomedical engineer.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah. That's good, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like learning about anatomy, bro. It's fun. Yeah.
So,
Get back into that.
that'd be a pretty cool idea. Something with fitness, anatomy. There's kinesiology. There's a whole bunch of shit in there. You can even be a doctor if you wanted
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. You're right. Already have the engineer mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Possibilities are endless, bro. But with goal setting, you have to make sure like it's do the steps, right?
I
Dude,
think the biggest takeaway is to be accountable
be accountable to your steps. Man.
with yourself. You know, if you're gonna do it, do it. If you don't, don't.
Hell yeah.
Try
What
not to
excites you, man? What causes you to smile every day?
Um,
Right?
man, that's a really tough question. What is there? It honestly, good people, good
Hell,
people.
hell yeah.
Um, progress. You know,
Oh
I
yeah.
it's like the sense of accomplishment. You just take a look at something, you're like, man, I accomplished that. That's a that's an awesome feeling to have. You know, and I think what makes it so good is the fact that it can never be taken away. So once you accomplish something, you will forever have that.
You have that experience to always talk about, and then you could find common ground in the social aspect,
Yeah.
that community.
And motorcycles. Motorcycles make me smile, man. I see any motorcycle, like, man, nice. Yeah, I do not discriminate against motorcycles, man. Sports bikes, cruisers, street bikes, you name it. I like it. What about you, man? What makes you smile?
It's fitness.
Fitness. Yeah, fitness does that too. You ever
Yeah.
get to like when you're working out so hard and you realize that it's super difficult that it you're excited to do it?
Hmm. Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
that. I
You
get
love the challenge of it. Yeah.
I make it into a game, man.
Yeah.
Like
It's a game.
sometimes I lift a weight, I'm like, I might die here, but let's see
That's
if we
the point.
die. Yeah,
Don't
let's
do
go. Let's go.
it.
Let's go all the way.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. You have any lifting goals that you're hitting now that you're healed up?
Yeah. Deadlift goals right now. Yeah, bench squat deadlift, the whole strength realm. Um, I don't like how my bench is yeah, so my bench is at estimated one rep max would be like 300,
Nice.
and deadlift estimated one rep max is like 415 maybe. And
Yeah,
then squat estimated is like 390.
dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the squat's the hardest one to improve because it's everything. It's the king of lifts. So
Good.
yeah. So my goal, I feel like deadlifts. Sorry, man. I feel like deadlifts are a lot easier. I feel bad for your back injury. Yeah,
No, no,
but
you don't gotta feel bad, man. I'm deadlifts are just not for me. I've accepted it.
yeah, not right now. Yeah, but yeah, deadlifts. I feel like the easiest part of the strength. Well, actually, bench and deadlift, but squat is just the hardest, bro. I don't.
Hmm.
It's just everything takes everything off, like your back, your
Yeah.
legs, not your chest, obviously, but everything like from your torso downward is squat, or actually your back and down. So my goal is to improve that squat. I want to get out of the 300 range and just move into 400 territory soon, like very soon, you know. And with nutrient timing and um, high quality foods, yeah, that's how I'm gonna get there. So
You do a lot of pause reps.
yeah. So how I'm doing it now is I'm doing a lot of yeah, pause reps. Yeah, pause reps. I'm doing um there's a lot of volume.
Hmm.
Yeah. Slowly increasing the percent one rep max, slowly moving the threshold every session, you know. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna go a little bit up here, progressively overload. And yeah, but you gotta eat though, for sure. Can't just
Yeah. You gotta make sure you have the protein.
yeah, the calorie,
Yeah.
the density. Yeah.
Protein is super important when building muscle, man. I'm averaging 210 a day.
210 a day. Yeah. Well, you're 220.
Mm,
You're 230.
230.
What you need. Can't.
Well,
You're eating right now as we speak. It's good.
so Yeah, right. You need 1 pound of protein per 1 pound of body weight.
Yeah.
And that's true. I go based off of my lean body mass.
Lean body mass. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm probably like around 175 lean body mass right now.
Hmm.
And I make sure I hit that and then I do a little bit extra
Hmm.
just in case. And that prevents me from having to take BCAAs or EAAs because
Yeah.
I have all the protein in my body that
Yeah.
it
Amino
needs.
acid profile. Yeah.
Yeah, which in case someone doesn't know is that when the reason why BCAAs and EAs are so good is typically because you're not having enough protein in your system, and that works as a supplement to help your muscles recover. But if you're eating enough protein, you don't necessarily need those supplements.
Yeah. You don't really need, just stick to the basics, you know? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my hardest lift right now is my bench press.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Makes,
I think, see, I've repped 225 for 8 the last chest workout, but it felt really good. I felt like I
you
could
have
get,
safety bars?
no,
Okay.
not on the bench press.
Okay.
It's just the way that it's set up.
Yeah. So,
Um, but it felt really good, man. I thought I could get at least 12 with 225. So I think my max is it's either 315 or it's like a hair off of it,
yeah,
man.
right. Yeah. You're like almost there. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Man, that's a goal I've been wanting since high school, man. 315. After I hit 225, he's like, all right, you can lift
Yeah.
now you can lift heavyweight,
Yeah.
basically.
I was glad when I entered 225 realm. It was like a honor. It's like, ah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's an
And
honor.
that's
Rep it out too. Yeah.
yeah, repping out. That's yeah. But 315, that's a different monster, man. I think overall 405 is like if once I hit 405,
Jeez.
I'm totally cool with like
Cruising.
that being my life max.
Yeah.
I don't see myself lifting 500 pounds on bench press ever.
Yeah. Knowing going through that chest injury, I don't even have safety bars any still. I shouldn't though.
That's not good, man.
Yeah,
What do
it's not.
you have a spot?
I don't have a spot either. It's not good. Like I could die. Yeah, so
Well, as long as you're careful about it, man.
yeah, I'm very careful now. I'm like, fuck. Like if I don't feel like this weight can be pushed, I'm not pushing it. That's
Yeah.
my safety form of safety now. Um, yeah. Because the gym that
Yeah.
I go to doesn't have the safety bars at all, which is not good.
Mm. That squat rack?
I don't bench and I mean they have squats, they have squat racks, but
I mean, yeah, like safeties on the squat racks.
yeah, they do. So I should be the only guy there benching the squat rack. I'm supposed to do that.
Yeah, sometimes I curl in the squat rack
Yeah.
because so the program calls for a barbell, you know.
Oh,
And if the program calls for a barbell,
I'm gonna
that's
do the
just what I'm
barbell.
doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not like I don't like there
Oh,
is gym there don't get me wrong, there is gym etiquette
yeah.
100%. But some of this unwritten rules is just so retarded, man. It's don't curl in the squat rack because somebody else might squat. Fair
No, it's
enough.
all mindset. Yeah. At the end of the
Fair
day,
enough.
yeah.
But at the same time, like if I'm training for a specific movement
Yeah.
and I need specific equipment
Yeah.
to obtain that, then I'm gonna do that. Like, you can work in with me, bro. That's fine.
Yeah. You want to
But
squat right next to me?
yeah, like that's totally cool. There's no problem with that. I have no
Yeah.
problem with like people asking to work in because I do that. If I see somebody using a machine that I want to use, then I'm not gonna,
Times are the essence, man. Like people need if they're gonna, yeah, let it come in, bro. Fuck.
yeah.
This is a
Plus,
place,
it's
place to join. Yeah.
cool conversation, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, just ask. I
Yeah.
think I probably see it more in social media than anything is just people um being
That's it.
afraid
Yeah.
to ask the person to use the equipment.
Yeah.
They're just waiting. They're just waiting, and then the guy gets up to leave, and then somebody else takes it before you can, and they're like, "Oh," I was like, "Bro, just ask." Like,
Yeah.
it's not that scary, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3:15. I'm gonna start working on uh they're called holds. I think
Household. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Household.
So I think towards the end of the month, I'm gonna incorporate holding on to 320 for a few seconds
Oh yeah, yeah.
before doing my like workout, get my body primed. Because on the bottom, I feel pretty strong. The last couple months, I've been working on pausing uh,
Yeah.
for 3 second holds, exploding, and then coming back down slowly and pausing another 3 second.
Yeah.
And I would do that for volume, so I feel pretty damn strong on the bottom.
That's good. Yeah. For deadlifts, I'm doing rack not rack pulls. Is it rack pulls?
What
But
rack pulls?
yeah, I'm using the block pulls.
Block pull? What
So
is that?
block pull is like, so when you're doing a deadlift, right? You have 6 inches off the ground, then you have 4 inches off the ground, and you have 2 inches off the ground. So I'm slowly lowering the
Oh,
yeah.
yep. Deadlift deficit.
Yeah, deficit. But I'm using the safety bars instead
Hmm.
because I don't want to just hog all the blocks, the 45 plates just to lift the 6 inch lift. That's stupid, you know what I mean? So I'm using the safety bar in the squat rack as a
So
height measurement.
is the weight is elevated and you're not elevated? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
the safety bar is elevated.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Okay. So
like a rack pull. Yeah.
yeah, I think it is a
But I'm
low
just
rack
lowering,
pull.
yeah, every week, every 2 weeks, I'm lowering, going from 6 to 4 to 2, and then repeating that again. And it's been helping
Have you
with
tried have you tried deadlift deficits before?
uh what is that actually?
They're really good to stretch up the hamstring and get a deeper stretch in the deadlift, but you're standing on a plate
Oh yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
raise you to do the deadlifts.
No, I haven't done that. No.
Those are pretty good for mobility. Um,
You're back.
and, and your back, yeah, but mostly like that stretch from your hamstring
Yeah, yeah, of course.
so that you can get, uh, well, it's mostly for you feeling more comfortable when you're doing regular deadlifts.
Okay.
When you're in that form, it just feels a lot stronger. Your hamstrings are not as tight.
Interesting.
Uh,
The plate,
yeah,
right? So you have to be standing on the plate.
yeah. You can go as high as you want. You just get a deeper stretch.
Yeah.
Some people go really high to get like a really deep low back stretch. You could do that too. But what I'm saying is that you don't need to go that high. You can just do one plate, focus
Yeah.
on getting a deeper stretch that way, and you're gonna feel it, man. Because
Yeah.
when I train deadlifts, that was really good for my hamstring stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like stiff like a deadlift or Romanian deadlift.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I did, and that's all I did when I did deadlifts was stiff leg.
Nice.
Mhm.
You're still able to do that?
I can with like lightweight,
Yeah, you gotta do lightweight, yeah, for sure.
but I got to just make sure that I really have to be conscious of how strong I'm crunching my
Yeah, be
core.
careful, bro. Yeah, yeah. You know what's
But
next in my list is what's that thing called? Olympic weightlifting. That's like a that's like a new territory. So I'm interested in it for sure.
power cleans would be pretty cool, man.
Yeah, definitely like wrist mobility, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had this one buddy in high school. Um, good guy, good guy. He got me into working out. He power cleaned 2 plates um
Damn.
in sophomore year.
Damn.
Yeah. It's because it was a freak.
Power clean is overhead, right? Or is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I get mixed up. I don't know why, but there's like power cleans and then there's cleans. But man, that's just crazy. Yeah, that's strength right there, I feel.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That shit was nuts. I don't know how he did that, bro. That was crazy when he did
I
that.
need to get a coach for that. Sure. I can't just like be learning that on my own. It's like that's barbells moving up and down all over the place. Yeah.
And yeah, it just take precaution, man.
Mhm.
Yeah. Damn. This is a 2 hour podcast.
Yeah, so what I like about this is like we're figuring it out. We realize, okay, maybe we're talking a little bit too much for 2 hours. Maybe that's what we want to do. But it's like we just go with it. Every episode we just dial it in, dial it in. And I was
Yeah.
looking at yeah, if you have any feedback, man, write in the document, or write a
Yeah.
document after this, like 5 minutes, just your main takeaways. And then we'll just chip away at like what works. And
Yeah. We can structure the next episode. You want to speak about scarcity and consistency. So we'll figure out what cool stories we have to share.
yeah. And I think going into the storytelling is good when you get descriptive about it and like you put yourself there again. And then I think
Yeah.
that's helpful for people.
I think so too. I think so too. I think it helps them understand our perspective,
Hmm.
where we come from. And also helps to know and hear our stories so that when they're listening in, we're not just blowing smoke. Like,
Yeah, I got
don't do these certain exercises. It's like, why though? For
yeah.
me, I fucked up my back.
Let me
My,
tell you my injury story.
yeah, yeah,
It's all different. Yeah.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna fuck, I gotta be an athlete somewhere, dude. I'm gonna do that. That's my accountability to myself. I think that's what I gotta do.
Yeah, you can do it, man.
Yeah.
You can do it. Get some time, figure out what it is,
Mhm. Commit to it. Yeah.
and commit to it. And like I said, man, I think the passion comes from, um, man, I honestly do not even like calling it like waking up and loving what you do because that's such a broad term, and I didn't understand it. But how I would say it is like figure out something that you are excitedly curious to learn more about.
So I'll be curious to learn more about it.
Yeah, like your curiosity will genuinely carry you over to these skills that you're going to handle and going to take. Like you're going to be leveling up just because you want to know more about whatever subject it is.
Yeah, your whole life levels up because you're just the energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You have energy for it.
yeah. For me, it's motorcycles, man. I'm curious about how they work. What's the secret behind all the motorcycles? What makes them great? Why are they great? You
The
know,
culture around it,
the culture,
the
the
perspective.
people,
Yeah.
and giving back to the community. Because what I think is creating somebody brings me a motorcycle and it's broken and I fix it for them.
Yeah.
I know how that was when my motorcycle was fucking crushed and somebody fixed it for me back when I got hit by that SUV.
Hmm.
I felt great, man. I had my motorcycle back. I had my partner, my horse.
For real, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a brand, man. We're forming the brands.
Yeah, slowly, slowly. We'll figure it out and work out the kinks.
Yeah.
Ooh, I see what you mean. Commitment and consistency.
Hmm.
Cool.
Brush up on that chapter. Yeah. It's a good book, man. really opened up my perspectives.
Yeah, man. All right. What kind of outro that you got?
Outro is summary, guys, is know what you're subscribing to. Um, subscribe to the community that draws your attention, that you're drawn to, right? In your goal setting journey. And remember that whatever you subscribe to, there's always going to be an authority figure there. So you can look to that authority figure as guidance. Yeah, that's what I got. What about you?
I would say just be more aware of your situation. If you can, definitely read the Book of Influence and gain the cool little tokens of understanding what social proof authority is and the levers of influence and how it works so that you can guard yourself against it, um, and also use it for better communication. You know, uh, putting that in your daily life is going to help me, and then I'm sure it's going to help you. Just
Mm-hmm.
make sure that you're accountable with everything that you do. Next podcast, we'll talk a little bit more about commitment and consistency and how that um, plays into our lives and all that.
Love that, man. That's good. All right, guys, tune in next week. Episode what? 4?
Episode 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
4
that's
of many.
all right, guys.
All right,
Peace.
peace.